Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to day 20 of the 31 Days of Horror. DBougie86 here again. That is right, guys. And today I have a 2005 movie. Well, I'll get into that in a minute. And it goes slightly by the title Invasion. It's also known as, I think, Infection and also Alien Invasion. This film is directed by Albert Payon. I believe that's how you pronounce his last name. Albert Payon is a film director who I know from a lot of his direct-to-video stuff, including shit like Mean Guns and Nemesis, the Nemesis films. Yeah, he's done a lot of direct-to-video or DVD fucking movies in his past, and he did a found footage alien invasion movie. Yeah, let's get into this one. Pretty much what this film, this found footage style is, it's all the concept of it being filmed from a police dash cam. And, you know, it introduces this cop who's on this investigation where he's going to investigate this meteorite that this farmer has discovered. He gets there, the farmer seems alright at first when you first meet him, but then the farmer attacks him, and something goes inside the cop's ear. And what ends up happening after is pretty much this guy gets possessed by an alien, pretty much, and he's going around and he meets he goes to Lover's Lane, what they call like the make-out spot, and he sees these two prom couple, because it's actually the night of the prom too, as we find out. And the main girl of this film ends up being the one who goes into the majority of the film that we follow, where she actually takes the police car and is talking to Deputy Ben through the crisis, while she's just driving to get out of the park and get back into town and get away from these infected people, pretty much. That is pretty much the gist of the plot of this one. Now, it's actually a very cool concept, because I never actually seen a found footage film done with a police dash cam before. So that was actually a very interesting aspect to watch, and I actually kind of like this movie. It's not that bad for a found footage film. I know this movie got a lot of negative reviews when it came out, but the thing with this movie, which there's a lot of unexplained answers, which you do get with a lot of found footage movies. Like, we get to see like these flashing beams of light, and we supposedly, I believe what that is from like a flying saucer or something. It's just the way that it is done on film, which is kind of weird. And then we have like these aspirations of, they're like ghosts, which, I'm like thinking that Albert Payan watched Lake Mungo and decided to pull like the end of Lake Mungo on us. So like, whoa, what the fuck? Very funny that they actually cast two actors to play Deputy Ben. His voice is actually Don Opper, who we probably know better from his character from the Critters franchise. But he's played by, when you see him in like actual like flesh, he's a totally different actor. That's kind of interesting that they went that route. The film is really short. It don't like pretty much the majority of the movie is an hour long, and then it has like maybe like 5 minutes of like they actually have bookend scenes to this movie where a reporter and shit, after like I believe the events that precur for most of the movie, and then it's like 15 minutes of credits, which is like the slowest fucking credits of all time, to make up for like the lost runtime to make this movie an hour and 20 even. All right, there's one aspect of this movie where I'm like, is this movie mind fucking me? Pretty much, this movie was made in 2005, and of course, for our rules, of 2005 movies. It's usually movies that are on IMDb listed as 2005. The beginning text of this movie says this movie takes place in 2006. So I have no fucking idea. You know, it's kind of weird in that aspect where, you know, I'm like, wait a minute, what? This movie's fucking with me. You know, it's like, what? Overall, though, that's probably my major, like, confusion of the movie. I get the gist of what the fuck's going on within the plot of it. It's just the aspect of, you know, it's weird in that sense. It's weird. I'm like, what did you do there wrong? But, overall, okay movie. It might be a little bit slower for some people, even though it technically is like an hour long if you cut out, like, the credit scenes. And, because it's a lot of driving around, and, you know, you get the tension, you get some things going on in the background, but then you get nothing, too, where it's like, there's nothing, like, going on, you know? It's like confusion galore in this movie, in that sense, where it's like long driving scenes, but then something happens, then more long driving scenes. Something happens, and you get her getting out of the car in some scenes where I'm like, don't get out of the car, you know? Funny shit, right? But, anyways, that's about it for this one. If I had to rate it, I'll give it like a 6 out of 10, you know? It's not the worst found footage film I've ever seen, and it's definitely not the best, you know? It's right in the middle for me. You know, yeah, Invasion, I didn't hate it. And a lot of people actually do hate this movie and actually hate a lot of Albert Pion movies, you know? But, you know, this one was alright. You know, just shut your brain off and go for the ride, you know? Invasion. Alright, guys, that's it for this review. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be back tomorrow with another one. Peace.